What's happening, boxing fans? It is Dr. Bring It, reporting to you from the Dr. Bring It studios here in the northeast part of the United States. Well, I'm back from the Philippines. Needless to say, it was an awesome vacation. It was very, very short-lived, given the fact that we went across the entire other side of the world. We were only there for 12 days. And of course, the first day we burned 16 hours in travel. And on the way back, we actually took 30 hours to get back. So that was quite a challenge. There was a delay in the mix. We took like 3 different connecting flights. It was quite an ordeal, but nonetheless, me and my family, we were able to get back safely. So thank God for that. So, what are we talking about in this video? Well, I hear some news that Bob Arum wants to try to set up a fight between Lomachenko and Manny Pacquiao. Lomachenko just came off of a win against Campbell, and he was absolutely spectacular. I don't think anyone expected any less from Lomachenko, because Lomachenko right now is being regarded as one of the pound-for-pound best fighters out there at the moment. But here are some things that I wanted to share with you guys before anybody starts writing off Lomachenko as the best and that he could absolutely wipe out and outclass a Manny Pacquiao. So, straight from the Dr. Bring It Resource Center, I received some statistics here delivered via Post-it note. So we have the records of the two. So Lomachenko right now is 14-1. Manny Pacquiao is 62-7. Obviously, Manny Pacquiao has been out there for a lot longer, has fought so many more fights than Lomachenko. Does that matter? Absolutely, it matters. Experience does matter. So the thought that Lomachenko could go in as a young buck and truly outclass a Manny Pacquiao, I don't think that's going to really happen. And I'll explain why in a second. Age. Lomachenko's 31, and Manny Pacquiao, of course, is 40 years old. Just like in Manny Pacquiao's last fight against Thurman, to the boxing world and a lot of people out there, they thought that age matters, and Manny Pacquiao proved them wrong. So, does age matter at this point again? Well, you know what? An elite athlete like Manny Pacquiao, I don't think it matters that much. But I'll talk to you about that in a second. The height difference. Lomachenko is 5'7", just like Keith Thurman. And Manny Pacquiao 5'5.5". Now, these are the heights that are published online. Lomachenko's probably barely 5'7", if anything. So I wouldn't say he's towering over Manny Pacquiao or anything like that. So I honestly don't think there's a huge mismatch in that sense. But here's the thing that's really interesting. The reach. There is actually a reach difference here. Manny Pacquiao is 67 inches and Lomachenko is 65.5 inches. This kind of matters, which also explains why Lomachenko's footwork is very dynamic. Lomachenko is proven to also have these angles. He can turn the fighters, his opponents. He goes in and out very effectively, but that's probably why he does that, because he does have a reach disadvantage. So he's also going to have a reach disadvantage against Manny Pacquiao. This fight, of course, will be at a catch weight of 138. That's what Bob Arum would want. Lomachenko is going to have to move up a little bit. But Manny Pacquiao, interestingly, is going to have to move down 10 pounds in order to get to Lomachenko. Now, is this a big deal for Manny Pacquiao? I honestly don't think so. This is what they do. This is what boxing professionals do. They lose weight. They gain weight for bouts. I don't think this is going to be much of a big deal because, of course, during, for the fight, Manny Pacquiao is going to rehydrate and he's going to get back up to in the 140s and he's going to be very powerful and very fast. Lomachenko, he probably doesn't want to beef up too much because, of course, that's going to slow him down, which is going to hurt him because his primary asset really is his speed. So let's talk about speed. In my book, and a lot of analysts' book out there, you have hand speed and foot speed. So let's talk about the differences in hand speed between Lomachenko and Pacquiao. Is there a huge mismatch between those two? So if you were to think, who has the faster hands? Who do you think of in those two? In my book, honestly, hand speed, I'm going to have to go with Manny Pacquiao. Lomachenko, I think his hand speed definitely is fast, but I think his speed also is due to the fact that he goes in with his feet. He uses his foot speed to go in, throws in a lot of feints coming in, using a lot of head movement going in. Kind of similar to what Manny Pacquiao does, but I think punch for punch, literally, I think Manny Pacquiao edges out Lomachenko when it comes to hand speed. And the two of them together, based on that reach advantage, Manny Pacquiao is going to be coming out on top with hand speed. Foot speed. Who has the faster feet? Now, Manny Pacquiao has built an entire career going in and out against bigger fighters. He's had the luxury of being able to take that mismatch, that foot speed advantage over most of his opponents. And he's built his entire career out of being elusive using his foot speed. Now, will he be able to do the same against Lomachenko? That's what he has been doing for his entire career. So I think the fighter who has to be more careful is Lomachenko. Again, he is the fighter with less experience. So he is the one that has to really look out for Manny Pacquiao's foot speed. So between the two of them, I'm going to have to also inch towards Manny Pacquiao, giving Manny Pacquiao the advantage of foot speed as well. Power. So when you think of those two fighters, Lomachenko and Manny Pacquiao, who would you say is the more powerful fighter? Again, we've seen 60 plus fights of Manny Pacquiao where he has knocked out his opponent 39 times. Lomachenko has knocked out his opponents 10 times. Now, the knockout percentage, according to BoxRec, Lomachenko has a 67% knockout rate, where Manny Pacquiao has 55% knockout rate. So the percentages are a little bit deceiving because, of course, Manny Pacquiao has moved up significantly, and as he moved up, didn't knock out as many opponents, okay? But the fact that he got 39 knockouts in 70 fights, that is a significant amount of knockouts compared to the knockouts of Lomachenko. Again, another obvious question is, who is Lomachenko knocking out? Right? Who has he fought? A lot of people are saying that. Who has he fought? Has he fought an elite and arguably one of the greatest southpaws of all time? No, he hasn't. But again, we could switch that around and ask the same question. What elite southpaw has Manny Pacquiao fought also? So are they going to have a tough time against each other, being both southpaws? I would say yes. I mean, again, objectively speaking, both of them haven't fought elite southpaws again. So is there a huge mismatch there in that sense? I would say no, there isn't. Now here's also one thing to think about. Nerves. So during fight night, whose nerves are going to be more settled? Who has been on that kind of stage more often? Is it Manny Pacquiao or is it Lomachenko? I think the answer to that question is very obvious. Lomachenko hasn't been on that huge, on the biggest boxing stage as many times as Manny Pacquiao has been. So I'm gonna have to give that the nerves advantage again to Manny Pacquiao. So when you think of it in that sense, when you think of this matchup, everything seems to lean more of the advantage towards Manny Pacquiao. Is it a huge advantage? I don't think so. It is relatively close if you really think about it. Both have fast hands. Both have fast feet. Both are pretty powerful. Again, I inched more towards Manny Pacquiao in the power department. But I think overall, this is a fairly similar, like it's a very, very evenly matched fight. With Manny Pacquiao, again, based on all those attributes, I think the advantage really goes towards Manny Pacquiao. So again, what do you guys think? I'm really curious as to how this is going to play out, because of course there's conversations of Manny Pacquiao fighting the winner of Spence and Porter, and there's talks about him possibly fighting Danny Garcia or Mikey Garcia. I mean, at this point, Manny Pacquiao is just going to be lining up all of these young people to further cement his legacy, and everyone wants a payday. But let's see what happens, people. Again, I'd love for you guys to chime in. Again, if you guys can, subscribe if you haven't, and share this out to the boxing world, all your boxing friends, and see if you guys can chime in on you know, and provide your insights on this fight. I'm really curious if they're just trying to put some feelers out there. Again, Bob Arum is one of the best promoters out there. He's been around there for a long time. He knows what to put out there, what kind of carrots to dangle in front of the boxing fans, and see what people start to talk about. But anyway, let me know what you think. We'll talk to you soon.